Not going to do it just yet. But that back air will get the job done. Chag with a 2-1 stock lead on Melon in game 1. Looking excellent for the boy.
And that's the thing about that back air. A lot of people try to challenge it. You can see potentially a down B coming out from Zero Suit Samus, but it does not matter. The shield from Palutena does not discriminate. It beats up everyone equally.
100%. That second hit of the ZSS fair coming through has to get a stock off right now, in my personal opinion. If you can do it, it'll be in the game right here. Maybe gets the back air on that tech roll read. The left platform getting the job done. Got a lot of work to make up for, but if you can do it, now's the time to start.
Absolutely good. Like they used that first hit of fair to set up into like a nice platform trap, essentially. Still a ways to go. Still a whole stock behind right now, but against first game, and keep in mind now that we're in top 16 as well as all of top 32 in general, best of 5s all around, so you got plenty of time to see what your opponent can do.
And that's the beautiful thing about a late bracket, Hermit. Those best of 5s, you know, you got a lot of time to adapt, learn. So even a rough game 1 doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely.
Okay. Lands with that nair.
Surprised he got the grab off that end of back air again. Makes it seem seamless.
Kind of letting things come to him right now is Chag. The one thing I've noticed so far in this game 1 is just the patience. The patience to play quick, the patience to play slow. Change on the fly really is what we've seen him kind of give him this lead.
Absolutely. He was trying at the beginning. They basically went guns blazing at the first second that the go went. But now that's like the other end of the game. It's going a bit more slow, a bit more methodical.
100%.
Gets the back air again. The back air just absolutely pestering that entire game. Getting the kills, getting the percentage, setting him off course.
I feel like back air might have been all the stocks that we saw, and specifically that one back air, Hermit, to go through the platform after being that high up and to get that bear essentially like right above the ground, really impressive stuff. That's why he is a top player.
Absolutely. I would say definitely in Melon's case, I think the battlefield usually on paper seems like a fantastic Zero Suit stage. No question about that. But from what I've seen where Melon excels is when he's able to slow the game down and kind of frustrate the opponent.
Facts.
So I want to imagine we're going to see a much bigger stage here, just to kind of have more room to work with. As we do get PS2, which is usually the classic, but again, a much bigger stage in its own right.
Yep. The gears are turning for these players on PS2 for game number 2. All right.
Melon getting the first blood in the early goings right now and gets a couple percent to his troubles. And that's what I mean. Just make a little wall, make your opponents have to chase you. That's where you win in this game.
Yeah, against like a top player like Chag, Melon no slouch himself, obviously. You want to try and get that first blood, like kind of like you mentioned, but in the form of a first stock. It really gives you a lot of, mental, capacity to move the set forward as far as being in it, feeling like you're in it, because there's a lot of, I would say, getting in your own head against playing a top player typically, right? It's like, okay, I see Chag on the board is going to be tough. You're already in your own head. So getting that first stock can make you realize, you know what, this person's human. You know what I'm saying? They're a player just like I am.
I see that way too often where people psych themselves out and they might have a couple of SDs and I wouldn't normally do that, but you psych yourself up against a top player. But of course, you also want to be that guy that takes out Chag. Of course, a big player coming by from Mexico, coming to Canada, you want to be that guy like I took out Chag or send him to losers. 100%. No one has done it yet. And while Melon technically not from Quebec, he is Canadian in his own right. We're a gigantic region. We can say we're all Canadian.
So you know what they say, man. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best. So right now, Melon in a good spot, doesn't get that two-frame paralyzer. What do we got instead? All right.
Loving use of the side B right now. Got a ton of range and hits him with the up air. That's actually the first stock we've seen on the lead coming up from Melon. Much better than his previous game.
The straight up air getting the job done for ZSS. Got the frame 1 jab on the way as well. Damage building slowly but surely. Down throw mix up. Oh, okay. I like that from Chag. Expecting the high escape and went for the up air. Not quite. You're going to die.
Back air not quite killing out. So again, ZSS is not the heaviest character ever, but still going to live through that back air.
All right, flip kicking out of there. Gets the hashtag for his troubles. What's next? Another one.
That's what I'm saying. This little neutral play with the ZSS and just kind of flailing some kicks, throwing out some Zares is the exact game plan that he needs to do against Palutena. Do not let her in.
Gets hit by that fair. Not going to kill yet. ZSS at pretty uncharted territory at 160. Never mind.
Dash attack. Okay, something's got to kill at that point.
Got the job done.
And not too much percentage on Chag's dome either, so not too far to this right now, but we do have advantage coming out. Oh, that nair would have hit. I would have imagined something else would have came from that.
Yeah, it would have been a good situation nonetheless. All right, and this is where it starts right now, Herman. That nair for Palutena so good at early percents.
That's what I'm saying. Every stock you got to imagine you're starting out at 40 or 50% against Palutena. And the read, just to get an extension. Again, I said 40 or 50. He's making it look like 80 right now.
Factoid. Okay, able to get back to the ground. We are in neutral, but how long is the question? Great read, no fair, only the one.
I'm actually loving the use of these single hit fairs. Just to trip up the opponent. Potentially could like scoop out an air dodge out of it. Potentially a tech situation.
Yep.
Doesn't even need a second hit to send it off stage.
Throwing out these up airs is Chag definitely trying to send a message, letting Melon know if you're going high, I just might be there to meet you at the top.
And we know that Zero Suit loves to do that, especially with down B, just escaping most options by going high. It's not going to like getting an up air from Palutena.
Once again, we see a grab there getting punished. What's next? What's next? Just waiting. Chag playing the patient game. Ooh, I like that conversion. Not going to kill just yet, however. The movement.
That's in certain situations you want the spike hitbox from that down B, but sometimes you want the one that sends away. In that case, spiking to the ground not going to help much. I'm sure he would have much preferred sending off stage, but we'll take it, still keeping it close.
100% toe-to-toe game right now. As I say that, getting hit with that back air.
Oh, I thought he was going to follow up on it. Still sends him off away. Again, the single hit fair. And gets the tipper. Laser does not actually take him out, though.
Tremendous DI right there from Chag, able to live.
Again, loving the spacing from his side B. That obviously is a move that benefits a lot from a tipper mechanic. The end of the whip hits much harder than the rest of it. And there he goes. This time, gonna land its mark and take the stock right now. Again, Melon barely holding on to this lead, but again, showing impressive start.
Yes, sir. Almost the final hit of that bad boy getting the stock for Melon. Good little lead, man. A lead is a lead nonetheless.
And this is obviously the place that Zero Suit loves to be because she can play that passive game right now, keep her out, tack on some damage as she goes along too, get this little extra credit.
Absolutely. Gets the grab right there. Down throw mix up on the way. What do we got? No, a forward throw.
A ton of punishables there.
Good control, yes, sir.
Ooh, not sure if I'm a fan of that roll. Basic game with stage position, but goes right back to the middle again. And this is what I like to see. Again, just throw some nairs, throw some safe aerials, but you know what's a really safe aerial? That back air from Palutena.
100%, my friend. All right, the nair train starting right now for Palutena. Turns that bad boy around. Another one.
And again, even percentages just like that. Making all that percentage that's Melon slowly built up on that last stock, all but meaningless as it's basically even now.
Sure.
Catches it with the up air again. The platform traps right now coming out beneficial right now. And off and gets the side B. Is that going to be it?
Not going to kill just yet. The fake out screen for the ages. Still a very good position against that rising backer to connect. And that will do the job in game 2 for Melon. Very good sequence to put the pressure on. The offstage situation into that back air read off of the ledge. Great stuff on the part of Melon.
Yeah, Melon did actually fantastic. And like I said, to his credit, I think the battlefield is a bit too close battles for him to really play his methodical game.
100%.
I think PS2 was fantastic for that. And if he, in future, if he can get like Kalos or Town and City or something of those natures, I'm sure we'll see that as well.
No doubt, man. All right, where are we going for game number 3?
Like I said, I got to imagine we're going to a small stage if it's looking like it's going to be like I was in that first game.
Awesome.
Yeah, going to small battlefield. That is small in the name.
It's a little bit of a reduction in size from the first stage, but...
And I did mention, of course, that no one's able to take a set off of Chag, but Kouts Melon regardless, because he's the only person so far to even take a game off of Chag this whole tournament.
You know what they say, man, you got to walk before you run, right? Looks like Melon.
This is how we get started.
He's getting his two-step going, you know what I mean?
Oh, he's been doing a lot of stepping with these fairs, don't worry. And they get a couple kicks for good measure.
Yeah, I thought we were Smash 4 ZSS for a sec, man.
Miss it, sort of.
All right.
Good weight. You know the down smash wasn't going to connect in time to beat out the lag of the up B, but scoping out the spot dodge, able to benefit from it all the same.
Absolutely. Oh, that back air narrowly hitting the shield of Melon. Scary times.
And I'm not sure the experience of Chag against Zero Suit Samus. I can't really think, I might be out of the loop, but I can't think of Mexican Zero Suit Samus players. They're kind of a rare breed, despite being a very, very capable character in its own right. Up B, no! Good mash coming up from Chag. I thought that was the stock.
You know, to that point, Herman, as well, the read on the mash was there for Melon. You know, he tried to throw the up air out to connect, but didn't quite work out. Hey, the chase continues, it looks like. What do we got? Fair.
And actually, I love the run-up against the shield. If a character has like a strong up B option, that could be it, never mind.
Oh, that get-up attack saving Chag, and I love the down smash attempt there from Melon, but you gotta wonder, was there anything else ZSS could do to maybe let the stock? Doesn't matter, got the back air.
It doesn't matter, back air is more than capable of getting the job done. Again, cinching a small lead for himself in this game too. Like, oh, never mind, a very, very small lead as it's right back to even.
That dash attack is actually so fast that, you know, the DI can sometimes be near unreactable, and I think that's kind of what that was there, because I feel like Melon's DI there was not the best. Doesn't care though, 45% already on Chag. The pressure is building.
That's what I say. Aggressive Zero Suit Samus is not necessarily the best. It's the one that plays that passive game and doing a great job of it so far. Until he gets in with the nairs, you notice it's going to be a good amount of percent coming out already. Just like that, 57%, just basically, again, nullified the lead that poor Melon
That was
built
back
for
to
himself.
back to back like Jordan in '96, man. That was crazy. Got all the up airs for days. We are back on the stage. Melon putting on some more pressure. I like it. The back air coming through as well. Try to get that down smash. Not quite. What's next?
Okay. Chag's got to watch out for these up Bs on the stage. A lot of these teleports are getting punished, and you know that Melon's waiting for a potential down smash.
It's going to be a Nair to pick up the Zero Suit.
No jump on deck, I think. I don't think it matters for Zero Suit Samus. Yeah, she came back to the stage regardless. Both ways feeling each other out. This is where I see a lot from Palutena. Whenever it's close like that, they just kind of hang back, and I'm just going to throw some projectiles real quick.
All right, it's going to get that conversion to work out. That's a dash attack so fast. Melon's got to be, be on the lookout for that bad boy of a move.
Oh, back air, can I take it out? Again, it's an all-potent move. You just always got to be careful of. Can't challenge it, just got to respect it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's got a back air of her own. Going in deep for that good air dodge coming up from Chag. I would not have done that.
Going for that paralyzer. Oh, gets the back air that time. Excellent DI once again from Chag, but that gonna connect.
That's got going deep for this. That's what you got to do. That's like the one place that Palutena, you could say, has like a relatively strong weakness, is off stage. Doesn't have a hitbox on her up B, is kind of predictable. That's where you got to do your bullying, and Zero Suit Samus absolutely capable of doing that.
100%.
Speaking of bullying, here's the early percentage combos we've seen all too often coming out from Chag.
Some really strong bullying with that percentage. Obviously, very quick, 46%. Melon answering back, both hits a fair.
Again, we've seen the back and forth from this right now, but this would be huge if Melon were to take this stock and go for 2-1 over Chag right now.
Melon has been very good at getting that up air to connect off the platform, tech chase reads, but not quite there. Now trying to land, get back onto the stage.
A little bit stuck on the platform there, able to come back unscathed. Oh my god, these a lot of buttons are being pressed, but nothing's landing its mark right now.
I feel like Chag is kind of right at that percent where that straight nair, into the potential, flip kick, whatever, might work out. So you got to be careful and vigilant too if you're Chag. This lead does not mean too much against Zero Suit Samus, let me tell you.
Tried to go for another jab reset this time, and Chag on the ready for the tech.
Nair is there, scary options for ZSS, but so is that back air for Palu.
Yeah. Oh my god, a downer. I love when Palu's implemented into their kits. Really? Is that going to take it out? It does.
It's a classic. I love that. The Nair dragged down into that up tilt. Beautiful stuff. Getting the job done in Game 3 for Chag.
I'm taking nothing away from Melon, man. He's doing fantastic right now. It's just a little bit of an extra push to seal out those games. But again, I was kind of like down. I don't know if I feel about that Melon effort taking down my boy Venom, but I think I'm becoming a fan during this game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the whole time in that sequence there, Hermit, Melon was in striking distance the entire time. Despite going down in percent on that third stock. I mean, we talked about it, that straight nair into a potential flip kick spike. ZSS has so much ways to kind of like trick you, if you will, to get an early stock off, and you got to always be prepared. Chag looked like he was in that game, and here we are, Town City for game number 4. Yeah.
As I was saying too, is that this is a bit of extra confidence he needs, because there's a few times where he's basically called out where the teleport would land, where he would land, and a potential down smash could have came out from him. He didn't let it quite rip just there. He has the right idea. He just needs to pull the trigger.
100%.
Staying at Town City, again, a much larger stage like we saw in Game 2. You got to imagine it's going to benefit it, as it is already. 67% on the dome for him, unanswered.
We talked about it earlier, Herman. If you can get that lead, the stock lead, no matter who you are in this matchup, it seemingly seems to pay so much dividends, right? So,
I was going to say, we're going to see a 0 to death right here? That would be a huge comeback after losing that last game. Maybe not.
Okay. Hit number 2 of the forward air coming through. Some more spacing and pacing from Melon. I like it. Chag in the mix.
Okay. And they're so good at the ledge too. Kind of covers a lot of options all at once and sends you right back off. And the flip kicks just being a nuisance right now, but if they land, they might get a berry or a send-off stage. All these back airs so quick, and now just an up smash. I think the first we've seen all time. And again, Town and City, the gigantic blast zone, gonna live through it.
Super high on top, and not too much rage on at the ZSS, so not gonna kill just yet. But that fair coming through.
Oh, platform, a bit of assist right there for Chag, able to come back safely for it. This time, like I said, he's reading these teleports on stage every time. He just doesn't quite get the right punish, but that's perfectly well done too. And that's a gigantic lead that we've seen so far in this set. Only 57%.
It's monumental for a character like Zero Suit. Obviously, very light character, can die super early.
Never mind.
We're seeing these up air strings right now from Chag, and the chase continues. But if you can get some extra credit if you're Melon, you might be in a good spot, but you gotta land first.
Yeah. And just like that, it's like this lead's not looking as promising right now. That's the thing about being a top player, is that, yeah, you can play the long...
Okay, that's we talked about it a little bit.
Palutena gets away with murder, I swear.
Yeah, Melon, trying to trying to do some things. I see you.
That was top tier privilege at its finest right there.
All right.
Gets the explosive flame. That's going to send up the top for sure.
There you go.
61% only on the dome for him.
ZSS light character, 145 on talent, dying to explosive flame.
I love that. Not a lot of people do that. They just wait in front of their shield, especially against a character that doesn't have a hitbox or an easy up B option out of shield. What are they going to do? They have to potentially make an option.
That was some tricky movement on the ground there from Melon. Gets back to the stage. Chag the dare out of shield. Not going to connect.
And again, Chag is so good at closing out the gap, especially when he's a stock down. He brings it right back, and the percentages look like they never changed.
Okay, the snipe attempt not going to work out. No up air either. It's going to be a slower air.
Off stage. Again, respect the back air, and again, trying to cover the high line too. And gets a trade. That was not a trade worth taking.
A call out from Chag just does the up smash. You know, a lot of movement in the air, specifically from Melon there. You know, obviously going high, going low, and just the call out to get the job done. Beautiful stuff.
That's the thing, too. Like, the up smash and the back air traded so fast that the particle effects didn't even come out. So it looked like just Palo just shoryukened her.
Get him out of here. You know? It was that simple.
Got a couple of flips coming out, not landing their mark, unfortunately. This is technically Melon's last stock, which has already been a great performance so far against the best player in this bracket.
100%. Okay. Oh, narrowly able to shield on that platform.
See, now we're seeing a bit of a tussle right now. The little composure coming from Melon falling apart as he's really trying to take this stock off.
Oh, the nair into the, the down air into the back air, into another back air. That was some crispy new Palutena things you don't see too often, man. Chag, great connection, wins the set, moves on into winter semis of this tournament.
Absolutely. And I love how both games were definitely Melon had a good choice. Like, he played a good game. Like, he didn't crumble under pressure against a top player. He was holding his own, looked like he was absolutely on his playing field. No, well done, honestly.
Staying very strong and steadfast for sure.
That was not a 3-0. That was a 3-1.
Yeah, it was a 3-1.
River, production, come on. It's a 3-1. Thank you.
Swift change from River, thank you.
You got to give Melon credit where credit is due. And if Chag goes on to win this whole tournament without a single other blemish, at least Melon can say, like, well, I'm the only one who took a game.
I took a game, man. You know, so obviously it's not all is not lost for Melon. That was a winner's top 8 qualifier, meaning that he drops to the loser side of the bracket, but only has to win one set nonetheless to get into that top 8 on the loser side. We'll see if he can do it.
That all-important top 8, that'd be really sick. 100%. And of course, we got other matches coming for you soon. Going through the rest of the winners, top 16. I believe next we're probably going to see... Ooh, actually, wait, I'm in the wrong part of the bracket. We do have Smock and Grimace coming up. I'm not sure if that's the next match.